What's happening, vinyl community? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you guys are when you're watching this little impromptu video. Had 3 Grails come in over the last couple weeks, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. First one's coming in by way of Georgia. Did a trade with a mutual friend of the vinyl community, Southern Grails, on Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel as well. He's an eBay seller, really good dude. Um, if you follow my channel, my last video I posted, there was a Peruvian site grill in there by a band called Traffic Sound. He was really interested in it. He said, if you ever let it go, hey, please reach out to me. So I did. Initially, we were going to just do straight cash. But he's like, well, I have a lot of stuff, would you be interested in a trade? So, we talked a little bit back and forth, told him I was into blues, and first one he pulled up was one I'd been looking for a while. So we agreed on this one and a little bit of cash. This is Impulse A9103, John Lee Hooker. Sorry about the glare. It serves you right to suffer. This is an original mono. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shape. And this is a true first pressing. I've talked a little bit about it in my videos, but with Impulse, there's a few different label variations. This album came out between like 65, 66, so it was in between the transition from the old labels, which were the single style text at the bottom, to the 3 layers, which you'll see. So this is one of the last ones that had that style before they switched over. I wouldn't necessarily say that the three layers of text, orange and black label is a repress necessarily, because it was right in there. It's sort of like the whole Blue Note discussion, but anyway, really great album. It's a particularly difficult one to find, especially in good shape. This is a really nice copy, and it's even better that it's a mono. Little bit of lamination separation here at the top, which is just kind of common with the Impulse titles. They just, over time, I'm really sorry about the glare, guys. Over time, that just happens. When I was, a little bit of a bonehead move on my part, when I was taking it out of the package, I accidentally clipped one of the areas where the lamination was coming off and caused a little bit of a nick right there. But I mean, aside from that, it's a beautiful copy. John Lee Hooker's a legend. What more can I say? And my hope is that I'll be able to get some more blues into the collection as time goes on. The next one's got a really interesting story attached to it as well. Again, if you've been following my channel, first off, again, thank you for doing that. If you haven't, African music is something that's very near and dear to my heart. My mother grew up in Lusaka, a little bit outside of Lusaka, Zambia, so she was very familiar with the Zamrock genre of music. And I also had a chance to be exposed to a lot of music from that continent and really fell in love with Afrobeat. And a little while back, another mutual friend of the vinyl community, Dylan at Noble Records, he got me really into the Nigerian stuff, and it was through him I learned about a musician named William Onyebor, who very influential artist in the genre. A lot of mystery behind the guy. Again, if you there's a documentary called Fantastic Man. It's on YouTube for free. If you can find it, I definitely recommend checking it out. But the problem with a lot of African albums, especially, is the climate's very unforgiving. Even the cleaner copies are not perfect. So to find one that's true VG Plus is almost impossible. I was able to find a seller out of the Czech Republic who deals a lot with African vendors, and he found me a copy of this album, which I've shown a few times, which is Anything You Sow. Love the album. I always loved that cover. But there was one in particular that I was trying to find called Tomorrow. And because of the fact that it's got the track Fantastic Man on, which is one of the ones that Anya Bohr is known for. I've been offered multiple copies of it, and usually the cover's destroyed, or the cover's not bad, but the wax is not perfect. And Dylan, if you watch this, I do take what you've told me to heart, but my thing is I don't want to keep having to upgrade copies. I would rather just find the best copy I can and call it good. And through the same seller, we had been talking back and forth. He said, you know, whatever your list is, put it together, send it to me, and we'll see what we can do. I told him tomorrow is at the very top of my list. And he jokingly said, well, I've got a very nice copy, but it's in my personal collection, and I'm not sure if I want to sell it. And did a little back and forth. I said, look, man, what can I do to secure this? And came up with a price, and I made it happen. And here she is. This is a William Anya Bohr tomorrow. This is a beautiful, beautiful copy. VG Plus. I mean, if you want to be conservative, jackets, maybe VG, high-end VG, but I mean, no writing on it, very limited ring wear. I mean, the wax plays VG Plus. And again, because it's a Nigerian press, and you'll find this a lot if you get into collecting African records. Even if they look clean, they're still going to be a little bit noisy. It's just the way it is. But this copy plays beautifully. I am so happy to have it. I actually shared this copy on Instagram with William Anya Bohr's son, Charles Anya Bohr, who's actually a musician himself, and he shared it. The vendor I got this from was apparently hounded. Hey, can you find another copy? Do you have another copy like this? That just goes to show you just how difficult it is to find clean copies of these albums. And I am very, very happy to have this. Shout out to the seller. Music That Shapes is on Instagram. I don't know if that's your actual handle on Discogs, but check him out on Instagram. Great dude. Wealth of knowledge and really, really easy to work with. And thank you very much for letting this copy go. I'm very happy to have it. And this is definitely at the top of the list for finds of the year. The last one is a pretty massive one for me, and it also comes with a PSA. So I've been buying a lot through a selling platform called Whatnot, and Dylan at Noble Records is on there. Quite a few of the big dealers are on there, and there's a couple of guys that I buy from. One's out of Oregon, one's out of Canada, and never have problems with them. They're always real good. And there's sometimes you just have things that are beyond your control, and this is what happened. This copy of Smashing Pumpkins' Siamese Dream, which, again, the debate is what is the true first pressing. This is within that range. This is the black vinyl pressing, so it's not either the color ones, but it came out the same year. So arguably you could say it's an OG. It's not the quote-unquote first pressing, but it's an OG. When I bought it, it was advertised as VG++, VG Plus on, and I had no reason to doubt that, and I don't. So came the Postal Service, unfortunately, even though they had been told we have a box specifically for our packages, and our usual mail person is good, and I think we had a fill-in, but the fill-in left this sitting out in the open sun. Thankfully, I was home, and when I got out there, the package was very warm. I'm like, great, it's probably ruined. Opened it up and looked at it, and the wax looks like it had a little bit of a bow in it, a little bit of a dish warp. I've played both LPs. It plays through. It's fine. It's now just got a slight warp in it. And I don't even know if I'll be able to even show it on camera. But it's an iconic album. I've been wanting an OG forever, but there's just been so many things on the list for me that I've wanted. said, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. See, it's got a slight warp in it on that one. And the other one, same thing. Again, you can see, yeah, there you go. Just a slight one. Again, it could have been a hell of a lot worse if I hadn't gotten out there when I did. Still very happy with it. One thing that's great about Whatnot is they try to work with the buyers and sellers. It's not like with other platforms where you have to jump through hoops and hoops and hoops and hoops. Whatnot, if there's a problem, you send them the information and they will do their absolute best to resolve the issue. I reached out to the seller and let him know, and he's like, we have a good relationship. And I said, dude, I don't want to, have to take money away from you. He goes, no, if you let them know that it was damaged in shipping, it won't cost me a dime. So I did that. Whatnot was back to me within probably 3 hours, back and forth, and we ended up settling on a partial refund, which is awesome because this is not a cheap album by any means. And I really didn't want to have to send this copy back and keep searching for another one. But I mean, it's one of the quintessential albums of the 90s. I'm still after an OG of Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which was my first introduction to the Smashing Pumpkins, with the song 33 and Tonight. But I mean, Disarm is such a great track, and I'm glad to scratch this one off the want list. And who knows, maybe if I get the itch, I'll go for the quote-unquote very, very first press, but if not, I'll happily keep this one in the collection. But with the closeout, I hope you guys are doing well. It's always a pleasure, as always, and if you like what you see, please click like and subscribe, and until we meet again, this is me signing off. Have a great one, and have a safe and happy Independence Day. So you guys take it easy.